This is Terrence Banks with Information Age Financial Solutions, coming to talk to you about Freedom Debt Relief. Now, if you're going to utilize Freedom Debt Relief, this is a warning out there. They do disclose this up front, so they're not hiding anything from you. However, three things you just need to be aware of. Freedom Debt Relief functions under the aspect of taking a debt settlement. And I've done a couple videos in the past about debt settlements, and I even made an argument that if you're going to utilize a debt settlement, you might as well look at bankruptcy as an option before doing that. The reason being is that debt settlements asking the creditors to take less has a negative impact on your credit history. If you're going to take a negative impact on your credit history that severely, then you should look at a bankruptcy for a Chapter 7 as an option. However, people still they think about that company because they have some of the greatest advertisement ever seen. Get your debt paid less, 20% on the dollars. The creditors don't want you to know this. These are kind of the tools they utilize in marketing to bring you to give them a call. The problem with debt settlements and Freedom Debt Relief as a whole is that there's no guarantee that the creditors will actually take less. And that's huge because they're charging you a fee up front to do that, putting the money in some kind of escrow account, waiting to make the situation worse and hopefully forcing the creditor's hands. But the last time we checked, most rules are made for the banks. We just seen witness Wells Fargo where robo-signing and fraud actually took place and no one goes to jail. And the creditors, Wells Fargo's over time will actually get back in better standing. So when I'm making that little piece of information is to make an argument that the rules are made for the banks at the current junction. Another thing about when they Freedom Debt Relief is what they don't tell you. If they get an agreement, any amount forgiven will have to be put into a 1099 form, and you have to apply that to your as earned income when you apply for your taxes. So depending on your tax bracket, that may not have an issue, but what if you're right at that cuff there where your tax bracket is going to increase? So now you got the amount that they've forgiven that's not really earned income, but you have to apply that to your tax basis. Now the third thing is that when you're dealing with any kind of company like Freedom Debt Relief, the debt settlement aspect relies that if a creditor does not agree, because hey, they may not agree, any account that's not forgiven, then another credit can be sold to another creditor who can then come back to you later in the future. So Freedom Debt Relief is the largest company out there. Be aware. This is a warning to them. These are the things that you need to know up front about them. One, they focus on debt settlements, asking the creditors not to pay them up front, put money in escrow, and wait for some kind of future event, hoping the creditor will take less. Two, any amount that if they do get an agreement with the creditors, any amount forgiven will then have to be sent to you in terms of a 1099 form that you have to apply for your taxes. And three, if the creditor does not agree to their plan with Freedom Debt Relief, that creditor could then sell that account to someone else who then could come after you again for the debt. These are three things just to be mindful of when you're looking at Freedom Debt Relief as a general warning if you're going to utilize that company. This is Terrence Banks with Information Age Financial Solutions. Until my next video, I'm out.